Summer in the Weserbergland. Yeah, in 25 years it will be as hot as in south of Italy here.
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared.
We bought last year, 2 years ago, an aircon.
And then the electricity breaks down.
Yes.
I
Then we
know.
move to Sweden.
Huh?
We need to move to Sweden, so where's Mr. Sweden?
Sweden? No, there are too many
No,
mosquitoes.
there's already too many Germans.
The germs are not the mosquitoes are the enemies in Sweden. Summer, Sweden, mosquito.
I actually have gotten to know more Germans and Dutch the last half a year. I just moved back half a year ago, and then I have learned to know Swedish people. So
Yeah, if you want to know a German, you go to Mallorca.
Or Algarve.
die
Oh, where?
Corona-Flüchtlinge sind.
Algarve.
Algarve? No, it's English.
Okay.
Algarve is more English. And north of Spain is French. They don't go far, they go to Santander and... Huh? Basque? Whole of Spain? Lots of Spain, just a little part. The baskets. And I saw you are our basket list. What do we have to do? Still have to do. Hamlet? He's our Hamlet. What?
To be or not to be?
It's not the question. Okay. Yeah, my dear senses of being.
Entities or being?
Indigo?
Entity?
No, entities.
Anti-coffee. There's only coffee.
These are the ones that Karl introduced into the arena.
Entities and antitas. Hamas.
Circus
Who is shooting, who is not.
When do I think the entities, they are nobodies?
Spirits.
Yeah.
I amness. Spirits. No, we can. It's like the first says we cannot talk, and then the first is the sense of being. But there is no sensor. And from the sense of being, a sensor appears. But first there's a sense of being, the I amness, and then comes the person. Not like the person has a sense of being. It's the opposite around. Just to make clear.
Right, and then comes the censorship.
What?
And then comes the censorship.
Yeah, you are the censorship. You will be shipped away. And then the ship wants to be the captain of the ship. That's called the censorship. But even Zagara said I amness already is fake. But for is stay in the I amness, yeah. But then he tells you even that is. You have to go further. Where to go? Where to be? Where am I allowed to be? Yeah, you have to, in the morning there's first a sense of being and then comes the sensor. But it's not like a sensor wakes up and then the sense of being. That is really the main difference.
So awareness and consciousness, what is the difference?
Awareness, the French call it pure awareness, pure consciousness. Then they call it awareness. So consciousness without a sensor. Then it's awareness, pure consciousness. When there's I am, then there's a sensor of I am, but before I am there is a sense of being, and that's awareness. And even prior to that is that. This is without. That's why I was hammering so much on it. Where is the entity?
I'd like to speak about, I don't know what is that. I think I read from you in Sputnik that words will be dissolved into, and you put a mantra or something of the heart or something. So words will be dissolved into the heart with capital letter, or what is, I don't know what heart is.
I cannot remember what you...
Yeah, but what is
When
that heart? What is that any meaning for heart with capital?
Heart?
Heart, I mean. And
It's
my
not- it's
English,
not-
you know, is very poor, but heart, H. What does it mean?
What does it mean? It's just a being without one who is.
Okay.
That's what call it being, call it heart. Like Jesus would say, kingdom of heart. It's just like a kingdom without a king. That is heart. The kingdom of heart. Where there's only heart, but no ownership in it. No my heart. And so it's not a physical or anything what you can own. It's the absence of a second. And without in the absence of a second, there's nothing to own or something to own. There is no two. Because when there's a king, it needs a kingdom. It's like a sensor needs some my sensing or my. But when we talk about what is whatever.
And it's similar to the metaphor of the snake and the eagle. They need to.
No, they disappear in heart.
Exactly. Is that what I?
Heart it doesn't get created. No one can remain in the heart.
Mm-hmm.
No one can have heart. No one can remain as what he is in the heart. When there is heart, there is not even an idea of heart. And there is no space. There is not even space where someone can be in. No space, no imagination, anything. Then they call it reality. That's what is real, heart. But everything else is imagination. The idea that you have heart or you... Everything what comes and goes is whatever. And heart remains. Heart is what you are. But you will never know it. You can only be heart.
And it's permanent and impermanent at the same time. Also.
No,
It's
heart is neither.
neither.
It's neither permanent or impermanent. It is that what is. You will never know what it is. You cannot define in any words.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, it's not. Whatever you say not is neither. So that's why they say you better keep quiet. But how can you keep quiet? The heart is by nature quiet, but you trying to be quiet, it's too late. So whatever you do or don't do is futile. But still you are what you are. So I enjoy the futility of. You may try or not try, both is futile. So enjoy the emptiness. It's another word for futility. Empty doing or empty not doing. Empty, empty, empty. 0, 0, 0. So the nature of heart is the zero who doesn't know zero. It is a zero of zero. There's no possibility of imagination. There's a total neither movement or not movement. Whatever you say doesn't fit. Heart. So.
It's not another trap for the so-called.
No, in this world, you need heart in this world. Because if you have no heart, then everyone, oh, you are heartless. You get, and then you want to show heart. It's very hard. If you have to show heart that you have a heart, wow, permanently show that you like somebody or this, and you have to do as if you have heart. You do as if you care. It's the worst you can do. Doing as if you care. Whoa. That makes really tired. No, but that's why if you're really honest for what you are, you never care about anything. What everything else is feeling or not, what you are feeling, But if you're really core-spitting honest, there is no one cares about anything. Never cared about anything. And if you care at all, you care about yourself. Only. Self-love. For your advantage. Natural tendency. Yeah. My heartless entities. So I turn it even around. Having no heart is, wonderful. What a joy, having no heart. No need to prove, no opening something. It's not a tin you have to open. Nothing inside. Imagine, there is no mother who loves the child. Oh. Yeah. Something more from Ukraine, no? Yeah, and I think it's quite rough to see that all that is fake. Especially if you look at your partner, your relationship, and you see, when you're really honest, you know you don't like anyone, not even yourself. And then you look at your partner, fuck, I don't even like him and still have to be together with him. What is going on? And then you try very hard even to like him, how he is and what he is doing. And it's totally exhausting, absolutely exhausting. If you find someone you can even a little bit like, you marry him already because that's not... Brilliant.
It's very hard to find. You don't even like yourself, imagine.
Impossible, No one likes himself. But everyone tries very hard to make it so comfortable that life is likable.
Exactly.
And it's always a little bit aggressive and hating about that you even have to exist.
Yeah.
So it's a permanent fuck it. Why am I here? What am I doing here? Why me? Then you find someone else and you blame him for that. That's why you in a relationship. You. Because of you. If the parents are gone, first you blame your parents, then your partner, and God maybe too. Oh, you always need someone to blame. No? It was never my choice to be here. Yeah, Anasuya, huh? And some nations are harder than others. No, the thing is, she agrees even with me. The French mind, it's the worst hell you can have. Huh? Wow. German mind already is quite, but the French mind, always the best food, always the best thing, best dress and things. There's so much stress of dressing good and good cooking, gourmet, and has to taste. And the Germans, potato, bun, but it's raffinesse, So, something else?
Yeah, I'm struggling to grasp sometimes you say about the same repetitive moment, again and again, repeating the same. The movie is already shot, the actors come home.
Yeah. Everything is already done. So it's all nothing to do anymore. You can just enjoy yourself and enjoy yourself as already everything is done. Whatever can be done is already done. So you can be very lazy and enjoy yourself.
So how come it's the same all the time? If it's
Same is not the same. Every moment is different. Maybe there are infinite futures. Who knows? Yeah, maybe there's, from this moment on, infinite possibilities of futures. But even they are all there. They're all done already. It's not only one future or your future that you think my personal life, my past, and my future is determined, and then maybe all this it's all futures of the whole universe is determined, not this personal thing always. One always thinks on this one, my future. If that is determined, I cannot do anything. No, it's the whole existence is determined, that everything is already done. One is very limited with this, my future or something. The totality of futures are already nothing to do anymore.
so until the infinite, right?
The what?
Until the infinite. It's
There's no until. It's just a never-ending story of totality. No way out. There will always be the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. And then, and then, and then, and then. Never-ending Zen. That's called Zen Buddhism.
So that's what you were like referring, saying that the future demanded the now.
Yeah, but you don't know which future. One of the futures demanded that one. I like to be surprised. Let's see which future comes today. Don't limit yourself. It's infinite possibilities, and everything is possible, every moment. Where's the boredom? I cannot see any boredom. Only when you think it's my future, my day, and they're always the same, and I wake up every day in my body, and this one, what shall I do, and this, then you get bored by it.
So
My relationship, my parents, my nation, this ownership, that's boring.
that's karma, right?
The what?
That's karma.
That's personal karma.
Yeah.
But consciousness karma means this moment is unfolding, reacting to itself. The action is already a reaction, and the reaction is action of consciousness, of energy. There is no personal karma involved. Persons are just a reflection of the consciousness karma. Energies, karma is this moment, is absolute energy as an action, and the reaction is again an action, reaction, infinite. No way of controlling it. So it's like this body or the world, how it is.
So the consciousness doing it on its own, and then comes the controller and saying.
As I said in the beginning last time, it says energy is penetrating energy. Imaginary penetration creating imaginary informations. This information is an information of energy. But energy is not the information. That what is the information, what is vibrating is the being, not how it shows itself. So if it shows itself like me or Johannes or something, for energy is indifferent. It's just an information of energy. And didn't come. It's just transforming, or even not. So the basic is energy is never moving, it's never changing. By all the changes of energy taking information for another form, non-form, thing, nothing ever happens. Because that is called life. Yeah.
It's like first concept.
Yeah,
First you
bomb.
build it and then
Yeah.
destroy.
That you call it the Godchild on the beach. It's building all the castles with sand, and then it destroys it. At the end, it destroys it again. As nothing ever happened. But the mandalas of the Buddhists, they make it with big paintings of sand paintings, and then the rest. The joy is of making space for the next one. Not keeping it and being proud what you have done. So I would, an artist should make a painting and being happy and then putting a match on it, burning it down for the next one. Then the question of storage is solved too, huh? Because everything, when it's finished and I'm not interested, I can sell it, but why storing it then? Just burn it, making a big fire. I always think about it, but if it comes to action, I'm hesitating.
Then what's actually these practices, mantras, and all these spiritual exercises people are doing? What?
It's the same. It makes the same sense to watch the grass grow. The grass doesn't ask why I'm growing. The same as with mantras or spirituality, religion. It's all. There's no one who needs it or intention it. It just happens. There is no. It doesn't need to make sense. There's no why in it. If you ask God why are you doing it, it would be why not.
So there is no why in anything.
There's what?
No why in anything.
No, you can ask why, but there's only why one answer. Why not? There is otherwise no answer. You cannot find a reason. There's no meaning in it. So there are two sides of meaning. First, there's no meaning in life. I have no meaning for my life. And you see, thanks God, there is no meaning. Wow, what a joy! No meaning. Nothing is meant by it. God doesn't want anything from me. Life doesn't want anything from me. I'm absolutely. First you suffer about irrelevance, and then you enjoy the irrelevance of being.
Then there is also no meaning in these small realizations, moments of clarity.
It's the same as a cow makes a I don't know, shit. If out of a cow tit comes coffee, then I would be wondering. No, it's the same. What makes this the light there? The same energy is then asking that question, and the same energy who is running the whole universe is whatever. The question is, energy of the question is the same energy as the answer. There's no need of the solving or that there should be a solution or something. It's just two flowers flowering. That's why this is the Garden Eden where so many flowers of experiences, they come and go, they're flowering and disappear, flowering and disappear. This moment is like a flower disappearing. Beauty. Even the piece of shit is pure beauty in that sense. Or a fart, it smells, oh, what a beautiful smell of myself. Yes, like Nisargadatta was very like, if you're alone under a blanket and you fart, it smells like heaven. If you're two people under the same blanket and the next it stinks like hell. So when there is two is hell. When only this is the smell of yourself, it's all you. Wow. What is there to complain about? So that, in that sense, I always talk about so much about shit that you see. For me, shit is as much gold as everything. The energy who produces shit is the same energy as producing gold, or some precious ones. For me, shit is as precious as any piece of gold. Or anything you can, or spiritual realization, or anything you can experience. So any sip of coffee for me is the same quality as any high or deep experience of my true fucking nature. This is not less fucking my nature than a deep experience of existence. So the next sip of coffee is what you are, experiencing yourself, and then a never-ending experiencing. And now it's Karl as an experiencer, is experienced, but by what? And what is experiencing Karl never knows what it is. So it knows itself now as Karl, but it's not Karl. But it's not different from Karl, but the experience of Karl is an experience of what, but you will never know what is experiencing Karl. It's the same like, what you are never wakes up when Karl seemingly, it's like a camera turned on, not more. And then the whole totality experiencing from that point of view of Karl, totality. It's like you wouldn't say the tongue is what I am, when the tongue is tasting something. So what is behind all of that? What is that energy which is experiencing itself as a taster or some experiencer? The experiencer is, who is experiencing the experiencer? What is experiencing itself as an experiencer? That will never know what it is, but it's experiencing itself in infinite possibilities. But you cannot nail it down to something. You can never say what it is and what it's not. So even the nature of nothing is that. Experiencing itself as nothing, but it's not nothing. Experiencing itself as everything, but it's not everything. So if you be quiet about that, but you still can talk about it. So even if I say you cannot talk about it, you'd already talk about it. But you cannot talk about it. Ooh. So no way out. Yeah. Tja. And I know it's, I can say too, for years I was very, forever and ever. It was really like a, heavy burden. Like if you really realize this will never end, if you really, it becomes so obviously and such an open secret that there is no end to it. And for this little, whatever you call Karl, it's quite a breathtaking, never, it cannot take it. But you get used to everything.
So then Buddha said like there is no end of suffering, but he was not suffering to suffer any longer, right?
No, the moment there is no end of suffering, the sufferer is gone. The sufferer only exists when there is a possibility of ending suffering. Without the possibility of ending suffering, but whatever you do or don't do, there is no sufferer. So that there is a never-ending suffering, no one can bear it. It squeezes you out. You cannot exist in that. What never-ending. Gone. It was never there. It's just an idea. But the only way to get this relative idea to destroy it is that it's irrelevant. You are there or not. What to do with you? So, no future for this one.
Only suffering.
There is only discomfort, I think the translation of Buddhism from the thing is not correct. I think it never said suffering. Maybe it said discomfort. Whatever you experience is discomfort. It's not nice. It's not whatever you would say it's comfortable. Whatever you experience is not satisfaction. There's no satisfaction in anything. It's all empty. When you call that suffering, but for me it's not suffering. That is just reality. There is no satisfaction in anything. And no satisfaction. I can't get what I am. Fuck it, yeah, that's great. I cannot get what I am. Wow. And if I cannot get what I am, no one else can get what I am. As I cannot know myself, no one else can know what I am. That's freedom. So, what to do? That you don't have to defend or justify or anything. That's the beauty of it. You don't have to justify your existence. Everything else you have to justify, you have to defend, you have to make a standpoint. This is, or you're right, you want to be right. But this you don't have, there's no need for anything. You don't have an armor, you don't need an armor around you, you don't need to defend it, you don't need to justify that you are. No one would deny that you are. Huh? They deny your standpoint, your point of view, that you are whatever, nationality or that your religion or anything. That can be hit by whatever. But that you are, no one questions. So this unquestionable existence you are, just be it. The rest is fun. fighting for fun, for imaginary standpoints, religions and heritage and all the bullshit what is yours. Ownership. My realization, imagine. My deep, deep realization. Huh? Yeah. So yeah. We saw you. You become Su-si. So-si. Sang-so-si. In French, Susi is worries. And then out of Susi she became Sans-so-si. But Sans-so-si is in Berlin, not in France. Huh? Yeah, Berlin. Potsblitz, Potsdam. That's why she had to move to Berlin, to be closer to Sans-Souci, not to Versailles, Louis XVI, Louis XIV.
Souci.
Huh?
Versailles, souci.
Lucy. Lucy.
Worries.
Worry.
Yeah.
French kings are warriors and headless sometimes. Then comes Robespierre, then Napoleon, Bonaparte. It's really a best expression of French mentality. Bonaparte. Napoleon. Yeah, but the Germans are not better, I tell you. Wow. They're even more chosen, but they don't show it, and that's even worse. The chosen technicians of the world. And the Spanish, they're the conquistadores, the missionaries everywhere. Whole South America, American, Columbus. The Germans were lucky that they took all the colonies away after the First War. Ask me something, otherwise go into stories, nationalities. If you don't have anyone anymore, it's fun. But if you still are German or French or anything, not so funny. Ukrainian is not so funny. Russian? Not so good to be Russian these days. Huh? Any nationality is bad. Look, Trump, he wants to defend the fundamentalistic Christians in America. He's very voters. I think if I look what they say and what they present, it's worse than any fundamentalist Muslims or anything. Crazy. So that's why we are Germans, or what are we? So many mixed, we are mixed nation now. Good. Rum. Yeah, when I was in Berlin, I think I don't want to get old in Berlin. No, I'd rather be in BAD Pyromont. I'm getting old here with a rollator than being in Berlin and with the traffic. With a rollator, no. Then rather be.
My grandmother lived in Berlin for 10 years inside her flat because she wouldn't want to be seen with a rollator. She couldn't. 10 years in one flat, never leaving.
She never left the flat because the stairs are too. Cook Agnete, she is in the 5th floor with 81 now. Every day, a few times up and down. That keeps her young. She has one new knee, another one comes next year. But the new one is perfect, she says. I give 80% to the new one and only take 20 to the other one. So it still works. Knee. Yeah, nice old flats with high ceilings, but sometimes you have to climb like hell. Wow. I have an elevator. You never stop about looking for advantage or what comes later. You cannot not prepare. It's crazy, huh? It's just inbuilt. You prepare yourself for all possibilities. But you never know what comes. The worst thing is like you get dementia and you forget your number account in Switzerland. Happens many times. They didn't even tell the family or the wife or anything. They just make just for later, just in case, a number account in Switzerland. And then they get dementia. They didn't write it down somewhere or anything, just in their brain. I will never forget that number. That's the birth date of this one, and this is the number. But then slowly, one number is gone, another number is gone. Then already it's too late. The whole Switzerland is living from this dementia cases. That's why they're so expensive in Switzerland, and they don't. They just get some, like the gold from the Third Reich, from Hitler. They all live still from that time where no one claims it. Look, Heidi, she can travel around from working, just from some dementia German. Before there was the purest nation in Europe, only milking cows and things, there was no industry, nothing. And now the richest guys on earth. But now you know why. What? No. She was a rare case. She was working in Switzerland. She was a fingernail chisel and making the grass. But if you come to Switzerland, it's really like tock, 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 tock. Everything is so perfect, huh? You need a hairdresser again, Heidi. I try to be bad. I am bad, huh? It's so much fun to be bad. There's no fun in being good and making compliments or something. Another compliment. But my compliments no one wants. But everyone starts laughing when I say it. Schadenfreude. Kolle, know something?
Knocked out already.
Oh.
Already.
I'm working and you get knocked out here.
From that, from all your work.
From my work. No, the difference is you try to understand what I say. I don't even have a glimpse what I say.
But today I don't try anymore, it doesn't work.
You already gave up? Oh.
Tomorrow again.
Tomorrow again. Fresh. With a fresh mind, full of energy. Of course you have to, from 4 to tomorrow, it's more hours. Normally it's 3 hours less, so you can be full of new spirit.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's strange. But the brain cannot function for that. It's a useless tool for all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bele, no? Corazon.
I was thinking about the family.
Family.
No, because some of my family members had some setback recently, and I am
Setback with what?
in health, and my daughter another kind of setback. And I am very worried about them, but I don't know if that's also a way to become involved in the victimism myself. I mean,
No, that's since I know you, I know that.
well, okay, but
No, the first time I knew you there was this victim, I'm a
I
victim,
know.
pity.
Now I am
Now you're
another business.
another business that you
Exactly,
have
to keep it alive.
to keep the victim alive. Yeah, that's it.
But I am really very,
Yeah,
it's too much. I mean,
yeah. Since I know you, it was too much.
yeah, I know.
And I have no intention to change that.
No, but I mean, sometimes family is not so bad. Even, I mean, I love my mother, I hate
Yeah.
my father, but
I still love my mother. She is now 22 years dead, or 23.
mine,
Thanks God. Or just in case.
it's not so bad.
It's normal to love the mother.
Okay.
Should be actually. It should be. But sometimes it's very hard. Father is even harder. No, there's a person lives from self-pity. There is no person without self-pity. It's only the graduate, more or less self-pity. That you have to be a person is already pitiful. That you have this problem of being a person, you have to take care and all of that is already a pitiful thing. And then you're already self-pity. So if that is your reality, it's a natural self-pity. The self-pitying itself to be a person. That's all the longing comes from that you don't want to be that person. It's like there must be more or whatever. So you long for something what is freedom because this is prison, this is limited, this is whatever you imagine. And you have to care about things all the day, family and this. You're already exhausted by being a person. So you want to free out. You have this tendency to get rid of it.
Here it's like better off here.
Here now,
Now,
with me.
yeah, this guy is with me.
Huh?
I am ashamed to say that, but it's like not being as person as I used to be.
Less person with me.
Less person.
Yeah, because I don't give attention to you as a person.
Okay.
That's why you can here be a less person. And then when you go out, it comes back. Just like a chung hammer. But that's why people come,
Yeah.
for that carelessness of, because it's like a little holiday from me. But at the moment the work starts again. The moment you just shut. Yeah, but I'm a dealer. I'm dealing with myself, and I'm dealing with that you become a junkie for yourself, and only for yourself. That's only what you are counts, and nothing else. To put all your attention to that. What is that? And this whatever, that you stop counting these events of your life, which is a person. This is like, I'm in that way I'm a dealer. I'm here to make you a total junkie. That till now you gave all your attention to junk. This is the key of a junkie. That you give all what you are, all your attention, all your love, all your whatever, to that what is, and that's the only what gives you shelter. That absolute to be that what you are. The only shelter which gives you Otherwise you're a refugee, all the time looking around and want to find some home. And the only what you are is home itself. It doesn't need any home. To be a junkie for that, and not for any, because you're already so exhausted by looking and trying to balance your life and harmony and family and all of that. So I'm always confronted with already people who are totally fed up already. Otherwise, no one comes to me. Only leftovers. There's nothing left. For them, nothing left what they expect from life. Now there's only that. No, I just say it. It's like you're not because the person wants to be here. No. There's already something who wants to. This is not it. There must be. So you're already burning down your house in a way. Because this house is not my home. This is not my family. This is not whatever.
Yeah, many times I think I need to go home. I want to go home, and then I ask myself, what home? But what home? There is no.
Where?
Exactly. But all the time.
Your home is where the
I
heart
want
is.
to go home, but
Home is where Johannes is. That why Anasuya is in a Johannes place. Johannes is Anasuya's home. But she still the luggage is still packed. If she doesn't behave, she has to go. That's home. She taught me. I'm just a guest. That is what you are. You are just a guest here. You're guessing all the time something. Then you can be kicked out any moment. Everyone. Just slip out, bomb, gone. Everything is gone.
So I need more doses.
More doses? No, I don't create an ashram, I tell you. That would be... I am already. I'm quite busy. You have to learn German then.
I was thinking about that. We were speaking about that. Maybe we should learn German. It's too late.
Yeah, I would not start learning German though. I tried to learn Spanish and it's already hell. Whoa. English came by itself. It's easy. But Spanish or German, never. No. Or Russian, no? No, spasiba. Huh? Yeah, thank you. Spasiba. So much Spaß. So much Spaß in Shiva. Spasiba. But you know, I rather play with words before the words play with me. It's really like in a circus, you're jingling. Jonglieren. Jose, still tired?
More than ever.
Wow. I know him 25 years ago. He was a small Brazilian, just came from Lucknow or something.
Now it's a big Brazilian.
Now it's a bigger one. A bigger version. Yeah, we're all expanding,
Yes.
more or less.
Expanding our limits.
Yeah,
Lateral limits.
in German it's called it. What is called in English? Hip gold. Hip gold. Hip hip hooray gold. Very expensive. You have to work hard for your hip gold. Expansion.
In Australia it's called muffin top.
Muffin top, yeah.
It's a bit more honest, I reckon.
No, that fits to Australians. They're all muffins by nature. She was there for 10 years, 15 years, whatever. 25 years. She thought kangaroo, there are gurus everywhere. There are gurus who can, they're called kangaroos.
After 20 years,
25 years of looking for a guru and only finding kangaroos with a big bag, promising. No, Australia. Island people are always difficult. They're always they know always better. They're very righteous. They have no competition around them.
Which people? Island people.
Yeah, like England. No, just look at it. It's always the same. They have this right. They're always right, and yeah, then whatever. Oh, but only the French topic.
It's an island.
good friends.
Good French. Good French. I'm a good French. Franchised. Okay, that was a little pause in the mezzo. Now back to. Yeah. Yeah, how to bear any nationality it's too much, huh? Being Dutch is not better than being French, huh?
I can learn something maybe here.
You can learn?
I don't know.
I don't know. Not from me. Hold on. Yeah, another technique. You are always good in techniques. Moi. Moi. Me. Quoi. Quoi, quoi. No, it seems like you're all experts in different techniques of making life harder. Unexpected, huh? I always get you. Unexpected. No, whatever you try to make life easier makes it harder, you know that. That's the way it is. It's like you have a relationship and then you think, oh, there's less work at home. We share the work, so homework, the household, whatever, kitchen work and things. But if the moment you're two, you have 10 times more plates, forks and things. It's amazing. You have to work your ass off just to be together with someone. Wow. And you never do enough. But the idea is it would be easier. No. But it's fun. Why not make it harder? But the Zen Buddhists say easy is right and right is easy. Even Osho stole that from Zen. Even the name he stole, Osho. Oh, show. It's all a show. Oh, show. In German we drink Edusho. Coffee. Once there was Osho. Now there is no show. For that we drink Edusho. Ask me something.
So, tell
What?
about your suffering times.
My suffering time.
Speak about your suffering
Well, I would say I was milking cows and thinking if that is the meaning of life when I was no here in Germany, 12 years old, I had to every day milking cows and cleaning the pig stall and blah blah and being in a farm, working and restaurant, serving the people with beer and thing, very young, and it was wow, this the next 80 years, wow. Because that was a destiny, like being a farmer's son, and you have to take over, you have to, and then this is a destiny, having 30 cows and then pigs and all of that, and feeding, and day by day, 7 days a week, 365 a year, until no end in sight. Oh, then it's really like, that really gives. And I knew I was not born as a farmer. It was not my, no. That was clear, very early. No. So when you then put somewhere where you really know this, no. Then it seems like you're suffering or you're longing to get out of it. And then you go for Castaneda, you go for that, you take peyote, you do all this anarchic things that you break free from this destiny of being a milking farmer for the rest and serving drunken villagers, rednecks unlimited. It's not what you... So there was some pressure. It's like a pressure cooker. Without a pressure cooker you don't move. You need that pressure. And then you go drug, whatever, peyote and Castaneda and Mexico and break out. And Ibiza, Spain, just go away from the cows. So the cows... so the cows helped me to escape. Yeah, and there are moments which you may say it's like, then it's really clear. Because when I, maybe 76 or whatever, at some time, I wanted to go and my father was in front of me and said, if you go now, I kill myself, I hang myself. Because I told him I will never come back, I will go now, I cannot take it. If you go, you're my destiny, you are my son, I did everything for you, and if you go, I kill myself. And then to go, and then I just, gone. By that confrontation, by that conscious, maybe because of you, he will kill himself. And still you have to go, this helplessness. Wow. But he didn't kill himself. I wish, but no. Yeah, one never knows. Maybe, something inside is always exciting what may happen. Do you really like this or something? But just to be honest, there's two sides. One is afraid and one is curious. What will happen? Whatever. Yeah. Then you go away. And then you never come back. Or you come back but not for being a farmer. So. But it always needs some pressure. Like Belen now, she is self-pity and she is singing, and then she needs that pressure to maybe look for what her nature is. It's like a demand of totality. If you don't look freely, I will make you look. Because I make your life unbearable, that you have to look for what you are. So in the beginning there's resistance, but sooner or later you have to. Whatever. If it's meant to happen, you have to. If not, someday just whatever. It's not so often that this pressure is there. Some still have the hope that a new Mercedes, a new family, a new child will make it. But if all of that is not working anymore, then you may give attention to that what is not depending on circumstances. Sure. And now I have to suffer with you.
Sorry.
Oh, that's why I say it's pain money I get. So painful. No. No, I'm saying you would not come if there would be not under pressure. If totality doesn't want you to be here, you have to sit here. And it makes everything that you have to do. That is like, every step leads to that. Every little discomfort or something, this unbearable thing makes you, it's like, you can make a thing, it ripens you for that. You get ready. And existence has many tools. It tries everywhere. And maybe in some tools it works. Because existence is always looking for itself, like consciousness. And then there are some tools more or less ripe for it, or they have the possibility. It always looks around for, and then for some you find it's too much and they end in the psychic hospital, whatever. They cannot take it because the system of brain and body doesn't work. And then comes the next one. Existence doesn't care. It's not like, caring about the puppet or something. If this puppet doesn't work, okay, take the next one. Don't think it's a loving consciousness who gives you some, no. It's not poor you or something, no, okay, I make it easy for you, no. It gives you exactly what it thinks you need to get rid of your... The stories are infinite about that. Everyone has this story of coming to the absolute point of despair and nothing goes anymore and confronting itself. Now I die or I will know myself. Who knows? For some it needs more, for some it's less, but at the end you will be gone anyway. But for some you go before you go. But this person, this body will be gone anyway, sooner or later. And in some cases, it goes before it goes. But even for them, it goes sooner or later. Yeah, war das so, ja. What one has done for all of that. What have you done right to deserve that? One is always asking, what have I done right or wrong to deserve this? Being a chosen one. Oh, I don't want to be a chosen one. I want to have a normal life.
But maybe in previous life we were already sitting on another satsang and listening.
Who?
Maybe in previous life we already were.
No, in previous life you were already a master, a guru. How do you know? How many times you were a guru, how many times you were a disciple, how many times you were a seeker? Infinite times already. Infinite times on top of the world, infinite times deep in the cave and meditating, and all of that is what you are. All of that presenting itself right now. It's not a personal thing.
Remove all the standing ground.
Yeah, I have many people who come, if I would not have gone to Osho, to that one, or to Papaji, who prepared me to listen to you. I say, no one prepared you to listen to me. Yeah, but it means like, they're talking about like a career as I had. What they had go through and the leather and things. I say, no. Because it's still a little bit, look, I'm now ripe for you and I made it through all the gurus and now I'm ready for you, so I'm very close or whatever. Say, no, you are as far away as you can be. Because there's still a little arrogance speaking of a person who went through something, what he has done or something. taking it so important what has been done before that one is now in the ripe enough to listen to it or ready for hearing the truth.
It's like all the time an urge to do something, to get something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it takes different forms. Like
Yeah. And everyone likes to read the books of stories how one was doing it.
Yeah.
Like
So, and then I can repeat the method. Or do better.
no, then I can repeat it maybe, and I know the steps, and then if I just repeat it, sitting on a park bench for 20 years, I become Eckhart Tolle. Write a book and be famous. Is it revenge or revenge? The revenge. Yeah, but I know it's not so easy. You cannot not take it personal. It's crazy, huh? You always refer to your story and what happens there and comparing it and doing this. Yeah, but that's a technique of one householder, wants to have the best for himself. Or always, this maybe works, it's not, then this is similar to my work, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Well, that's the way of stories. Comparing each other. Self-storage. My storage is bigger than yours.
So then do actually the inquiry work then? It's
Never worked. No, it never worked, I tell you. Even Ramana said you can do the who am I for eternity and you will not become what you are by that. Yeah, he said it. But you still have to do it. This paradox, that I like Nisargata and Ramana, because they're rare ones who make this, yes, you have to do it, but by none what you have done or not done, you will attain what you are. Never ever. Yeah, still you have to do it. Still you have to go through all the steps and things, but whatever you have done or not done, by none of that you attain what you are. No way. There is no bridge to what you are. There is no other shore or something, or some high or low or anything. There is no place for what you are. So whatever you achieve, you have to lose again. But still you have to try. And the who am I is the best you can do, but not good enough. And everyone who realized himself by the who am I, like, I realized my true nature. I was doing this inquiry for years, and who am I? And suddenly I realized I'm prior to the I. Yeah. My true nature is prior to the I. So there's still someone who is prior to the I. One too many. It's always one too many. Even Nisargata went through that. There's a book, Prior to Consciousness. And later said, who is prior to what? So he even went through that phase of Bob. That I like. So he admitted, yes, the whole I am that is just an esoteric blah blah blah. Just to get the bees coming to the honey. But useless for what you are. But if you tell them, people, wow, that cannot be, I am that is my Bible, everything is I am that, I take as granted and real and things. You cannot say that. I always say, watch me. So even finally you can even burn down the whole Yoga Vashista, the Vedas and all that you can take as toilet paper because it's useless for what you are. But that's the beauty of it. You cannot find yourself in books or in gurus or in inquiry or anything. Whatever you come up with, whatever you realize is fake. Because that what is realizing is already fake. The false realizing false. False, 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 false. And what you are is not part of anything. So that what you cannot not be, cannot be realized by any, thanks God, by any technique or by any inquiry. Be happy about it, that it cannot be known by anything. No one ever realized himself. What an idea. The self is ever realized, is always that what it is. And that what tries to realize is already false. And the false realizing a false self is still false. False, 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 false. That's the fun of it. It's false, 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 false. Falsity, 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 falsity. Every tea will fall out. It's a false tea. Falsity. And that's the good news. There was no Papaji. No Osho ever realized himself. And even Papaji admitted that. Ramana admitted that. But no one believes them. Yeah, it's true. They all said it. There was never any realized Ramana. They asked him, Ramana, what did you realize? Ramana never realized anything. The self is ever realized, and Ramana, what is Ramana? No idea. Who cares about an idea realizing another idea? Oh, but now Ramana, Ramana, Ramana. Papaji, Papaji, Papaji. Oh, my Papaji, my Papaji. The only true Shakti master on earth. So much peace. I felt so much energy. Comparing it then again with some other thing. There must be have some. And in his presence, there was such a very easy understanding. Normally I cannot understand anything, but in his presence there was a natural understanding. Blah. I heard so many stories about it. He told me in the kitchen, yes, you go now, you got it. You made your work, leave me alone. Just to get rid of them. I asked you, did you tell you that too?
Yeah, no, not too.
Confirmation. I think he confirmed many people just to get rid of them. He admitted that, yeah, I told them go and you got it because I could not hear them anymore asking me.
I give them lollipops.
Yeah, no, I gave them the confirmation just to leave me alone. Because otherwise they would never, they was permanently asking me, Papa, you let me go, I want to give satsang, can I go, I'm ready and thing.
That's with Samapan.
Yeah, with Samapan too. Yeah. So many times. I had the stories. I was never there, but I know it better than anyone else now. So many stories from everybody has this little story. Oh, old lady. Yeah.
So is the story about enlightening cows?
Enlightened what?
Cow with Ramana.
Yeah, but it was a joke.
Right.
Come on, there was a cow for whatever time looking at when he was talking and and then one day she didn't come anymore. And then he said, oh no, look, she got enough, she is enlightened. And then now there becomes even the sculpture there of a cow and a dog and a crow. I think Ramana had a lot of humor. Very big humor. Just to show, look, a cow and a crow and a dog is more ready than you. Yeah, who knows? Even Castaneda, there was an enlightened deer somewhere with glowing whatever in one of the books. A seer deer.
Castaneda was doing lots of practices to get there. Lots of
Yeah, but
rituals
it was all Buddhist practices. Very similar. You practice that, you always fail. You fail, fail, fail. You do, but you always fail. But all practices in Osho was the same. He gave all dynamic and all that different things, just that you experience to fail. That all of that is futile. That you may in one, all futile. And then you get happy, because everything is futile. Whatever you do or don't do, all futile. And then you can be sad or you can be happy. You cannot decide. It makes you absolutely joyful. It's all empty, all futile. Thanks God, wonderful. All futile. What I have done, I will do. What has been done and will be done, it's all futile. It cannot do anything. Wow, great. Oh, poor me, I cannot do it, not enough. You can never know what comes out of it. But it's all like Buddha's absolute failure that he could not stop suffering or discomfort. And by that the Buddha disappeared. Because there was never any Buddha. That's the Buddha said. There is no Buddha. Okay. Until then there was a Buddha who wanted to end suffering. And until then there were techniques. Buddhistic. Yeah, there was some.
Yeah, my question would be, because I oftentimes don't understand you, and one thing I didn't understand was that on the one hand you say there is never anyone who's enlightened, and on the other hand you said 15 minutes ago that we all go, and for some people we go before we go, like for a few ones you said,
No,
I think.
I would say that for some people the existence kicks them out before they die.
Yeah, what happens there?
Nothing.
Because that is, I think, what we tell enlightenment.
No,
No?
no. Enlightenment means there is one who is realizing his true nature, or whatever. Sees everything as energy, or everything as light, and then that is called enlightenment.
And this dying before you die, what is it then? Is there a word for it?
No, I just said, existence kicks one out before the body goes.
Yeah.
But it's not someone gets enlightened.
No, but what is that then?
Nothing. It just kicks it out.
Can we have a word for it?
No. You can say shit happens.
And this kicking out was happening to
It's
you?
not kicking out, it's just existence. Existence just turns off the energy
Okay.
of the person. It's not anyone gets kicked out.
Okay, so this existence.
That this existence is just energy. It's like if the bulb, if someone, whatever, turns it off, then suddenly there is no light anymore. But there's still a bulb, but without energy.
Okay, so last month in German it was still hard to understand you, but now in English it's really hard to understand.
Yeah,
and
that's-
that happened in the 70s to you?
What?
Like this? No.
No. The dust sucker in the back sucked me in.
Because
It's called vacuum cleaner in English.
because last month you said to me that we are in some sense the same, and you are
We are not the same, we are not different.
Oh, we are not different?
That's a little different. You see, if someone repeats, you said, no, I didn't say.
And then you also said, you said that you don't like it when somebody has an experience and is teaching it right away. And for you it took 20 years to talk about it.
No, to make the loudspeaker ready that it doesn't resist to that what comes out. That he cannot take it personal anymore.
Yeah.
So it took some time to clean the speaker, but not me.
Yeah, to clean the speaker.
Yeah.
Clean the speaker. Yeah. And that happened to you and not to me.
Wait a moment. Don't look for it.
Yeah, this cleaning the speaker.
No, it's just because it means like that. That is like a verbal diarrhea had to happen. You know what a verbal diarrhea is? That words come without pre-thinking.
Yeah.
That is verbal diarrhea, and that is you cannot do by intention. It happens. That is like cleaning the whatever personal interpretation of what could be said, and it's not a preparation of something. It's just like there's speaking.
Okay.
Because I like to listen to that what this speaker says, because I could not say it.
I thought it was not just about speaking publicly. I thought it was something.
No, it's not
about
public.
spiritual-
Even when I go to the supermarket, I cannot say I did it.
Okay.
Consciousness is shoplifting.
Yeah. Shoplifting. Better than uplifting spirit. I rather go shoplifting. Lifting the whole shop. What a word, huh? Shoplifting. Don't make it personal, that's all. Don't try to understand. But that's impossible, huh?
Yeah.
Especially in English.
Yeah. I mean, I want to understand you. So
Yeah, I know you
because
want to understand. You make a block even.
And it's like always this like you are there. There's nothing to get, and then you say.
No,
sometimes
I didn't say that. I say in this world you can get everything, but it will not satisfy you.
Or it will not satisfy you. It will not make a difference.
No, it makes a difference if you have a Mercedes or a Go-Go.
Okay.
There's a difference. I don't say there's no difference.
Okay.
But for what you are, it makes no difference.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Aha.
For what
But
are,
you have to say it. You have to say it.
And then on the other hand, you say like, well, sometimes there's pressure, and the pressure puts you into realizing yourself.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Did I say that? No. Never.
You said like sometimes there is this burden, and
I said existence will put you under pressure that is like a toothbrush, like Zahnpasta.
Yeah.
Without pressure, it doesn't come out. But it's not the pasta who decides to come out. Yeah, just to make it visible that you understand what happens. Because normally the pastor claims that he wanted to come out. No, it is some energy from putting pressure that the pasta comes out of the tube, that you can brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so who is then in charge?
Yeah, not me then. Yeah.
Not then, never. Not me then.
But what happens?
Nothing
At
happens.
that point? Nothing.
Existence wants to brush his teeth. It already has a brush and the tooth. And then one day, I have to put the pasta and I have to put pressure, otherwise it doesn't come out. So if I would want to use the pasta and clean my teeth, I have to put pressure on this side. Because existence normally is very stupid. So it has to learn to put pressure on someone, and then, so it's like doing by, what's called? Try and error. Learning by doing. Look, the whole humanity is made for that. Not for football. It seems like only for football, but not only for football.
And is life changing then for me when I come out from the?
Is what?
When I listen?
It's not training you. You're like a football, and you got kicked. You know that.
I was with the toothbrush. I was concentrating.
Yeah,
on
but
pressure.
the toothbrush is another tool for existence. But the toothbrush cannot move itself, as the past cannot come out of the tube, and whatever. And the ball cannot kick itself. It needs always someone who kicks the kicker.
Yeah. Yes.
But who is kicking the kicker? Yeah. What is the energy who moves everything? Can that be moved by a movement? Or does it be moved by a movement? How can some information decide anything? Who's playing you? Who owns you? The main thing, who owns you? Do you have consciousness or has consciousness you? What? Who owns you? Who plays you? Do you play with consciousness or does consciousness play with you? Huh?
This,
What?
for me, there is another question that is important. The question is,
No, it's called an imported question.
when the pressure is there and existence comes out, or
Existence never comes out. What are you doing? You have to understand he comes from hangover.
Yeah, okay. I think in German I can ask better questions. But maybe not, maybe not.
Maybe it's easier.
But you said something along the lines of, at some point there is like the self realizing itself. Or,
No, I didn't say that.
or the self is...
I said the self is ever realized, not the self is realizing the self. Are there two selves?
Didn't you tell to a woman that...
Are you a woman? To that girl?
that sometimes there is like a hard life,
Hard life?
so that something can happen, that the self is doing something to itself.
No, it gives pressure to everyone, but it never expects anything to come out. Everyone's under pressure, come on.
Okay, I give it one another try. You said at the beginning...
You said if you start like you said, it's already over. You have to be more clever. You have to say you may have said.
Okay, good. You may have
Then
said
already
that the life of some people is first the Mercedes, then the woman, then the family, and at some point where you are like not finding
satisfaction,
happiness in it,
satisfaction.
then the focus changes from the outside
The
to
attention.
that what you are.
Yeah, the attention turns around to that
To what?
spirit, whatever
spirit.
you call it, to some other idea.
Okay, so
If you cannot find it outside, you think you can find it inside. And then you look inside, but even inside you cannot find it.
and then
Nothing.
okay.
Then you keep looking up or down or anything, or outside. Never stops looking.
Okay.
But that's a normal thing. First you look at the outside and then you think outside, no, and then go inside. And then you look inside. And by not finding yourself in the outside or inside, you may rest.
You may rest.
You may rest in not finding yourself.
And then the seeker vanishes.
There's no went. It was never there.
It was never there.
There was seeking,
Okay.
but there was never any seeker in the first place.
Okay.
How can the seeker who was never there rest in what?
No, I thought the seeker is like energy that vanishes then when you're not seeking anymore.
Why should something go?
I don't know, my hunger goes when I've eaten.
And then you get hungry again when you are shitted enough.
Yeah. So, okay, so the seeking always comes back then.
Yeah. You can make for some time you are satisfied and then you get hungry again. So it's never finished.
So there's also seeking in your
I seek my glasses all the time. Because I want to see. I want to see. I need my glasses. And sometimes out of despair, I drink out of the bottle.
Okay, thanks.
No, but you know, I'm talking to you to make more knots in your brain that you cannot take them anymore.
So, okay.
You want to unsolve something, you want to unknot something.
Yeah, I want to understand it.
Yeah, but this is unknotting your knots in your brain. But I put more knots in your brain that you may give up unknotting them.
Yeah. So
Wanting to know. When you're totally quiet and still, there was never any problem.
I experience a lot of problems actually.
What? What is it? What is
I have for myself a lot of problems.
I know, otherwise you would not sit there.
Yeah.
Thank you. To bring all your knots.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm so bad, I tell you. Cannot imagine how bad I am. In BAD PYROMONT. No, maybe it's better in German.
Maybe I should then just listen the next days, right?
No, it's like you cannot, because I'm now for 30 years I'm talking in English more than in German, like when I'm in India or something. So for my English is as fluent or whatever as your German, or I think so. But if you're not so, then there are too many blocks in a way, because words are not there, or something is not. I know.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I come back from India only talking English, I have to get used to German again. I don't find the German words for something. Then I have to get used again and things. So it's not so easy to be. For that you need exercise in a way. You need to get used to it, and that you even dream in English and your whatever is like thing. But it's very amazing when I'm in India or somewhere and I have to order a taxi or a mechanic or go there. I'm blocked. My English is suddenly so bad. Unbelievable. I cannot do normal practical things. The words not coming, and I cannot put it together, the timing or something. But if the moment I sit in front of thing and say, it just comes, and I'm surprised what words come out and how much, whatever, differences I can express by whatever thing. Crazy. In that sense. I should always sit in front of people, then my English would be always good. Because in India, she's always complaining, you cannot even call the mechanic. I say, no. Electrician on the phone, I'm so helpless. Can you please send, and the fuse is maybe broken? I'm so confused. So I know how it is. But I learned English in San Francisco, that's why my advantage. With Perry Mason. Perry Mason and All My Children. Soap opera. And I had to, because no one was speaking German there. So I had to, you just put your, no way out. Then Australia, the worst. Always half a year Australia. Australia in English, well, fuck you, mate. No culture in Australia, only kangaroos. No. No, it's really like, it's good that it's not about understanding at all. And one will never be clear enough and never good enough for it. No way. No one was ever ready for that. And that what you are is ever ready. Because it doesn't need to be ready for itself. And what you believe to be will never be ready for that. As defined and intellectual and understanding you will be, it's never good enough. There's not enough wisdom or love or freedom. Because for what you are, it doesn't need even freedom or intellect or anything. It is just by itself absolute what it is. No necessity at all for anything. Yeah. Yeah, Shalaba. But for one who makes so much effort in his life for that, it's a bit disappointing. I did everything, and all my work and all my money I put into seminars and satsang and thing, and all for nothing. Yes. But that's a joy in it, huh? That you put so much work, and that is seva. Your life should be seva, action without expectation. Then it's joy. But any expectation is hell. You're in a hell of expectation. You want to be paid for your effort by enlightenment maybe, or realization. Great, huh? You become a greedy bastard for enlightenment and realization, and you're so greedy that you want to have it, and you're suffering so much not having it. Wow, and I like it. You should suffer more and more suffering. I like you to suffer when you're so greedy and self-guilty. Can never be enough suffering on earth. Huh, Asuya? Let's not suffer. It's like you want to drink without hangover. Yeah, that's what you like. That's what your idea of enlightenment. I'm totally drunken by myself and ecstasy, but without hangover. Not the case. For everything you have to pay. The worst thing is you for a while you're enlightened, you have a satori, and after whatever time you lose it again. Huh? I have so many stories, people coming back to Papaji, and Papaji was so angry. I gave you the pearl and you didn't polish it, and now you come back, you lost it again. It's all for nothing I gave you. I gave you the most precious thing and you lost it again. Everyone lost it. No one was here who was ever ready to receive my precious present. Oh, crazy. When he said, no, there was never anyone ripe for that.
My final teachings.
Yeah, for my, or whatever precious,
That's what you say.
for the precious itself, for the, my precious. And he was angry. What?
Often.
Wow. And I'm happy that no one
It's very
comes.
choleric.
Yeah, and I'm the opposite. I'm happy that no one is ready. No, I'm off. It's really like a strange thing. You give insight, you do your best, but if you still expect something from it, you're in the same hell as that one who gets it. No, this is just breathing out. Huh?
Especially enlightenment.
Like what?
Especially enlightenment. If
And-
you expect something.
An enlightened woman? Not? Huh? No. What I say is even very clever. Enlightenment is from the person, but not by the person. Something like that. Huh? Very clever. Yeah, good.
Why a pressure cooker? There are other ways of cooking. Why does it have to be?
Yeah. Because it should be quicker.
Yeah.
We have no time. Come on, there is no time. It's now or never. That's a Eckhart Tolle pressure cooker. It's now or never. Be in the now. Be under the pressures of now. The precious now. It's just... Even to say that gives false hope. That you still hope that you're in the pressure cooker and maybe one day I will be cooked enough. Cooked out.
Overcooked.
Overcooked.
Way overcooked.
Why overcooked? No one can digest you anymore, not even you.
Not even myself.
No one, the taste is not good
No,
enough.
can't even chew it.
The what?
Can't chew it.
Not even chewing it, it's overcooked. No teeth. Only for people without teeth. Tja, Mitra is tired. Tja. No hope for Germans. Heidi, huh? Only Heidi. It's always fresh and yes, let's go.
Switzerland is winning this Abend.
Keep dreaming. Heidi, keep dreaming. Switzerland. Only cheese in the muscles.
Only the air from the cheese.
The air?
The holes.
Ah, yeah, the holes only. Holy, holy, holy. So, cookie. Yeah, hope never dies, huh? It's always you're a magician. You always turn it into your maybe. If I do that and maybe do that, and if there's enough pressure or something. I play with it. I make these statements and then I take it away again. Just for fun. For a moment you have hope, or Kader, and then a problem. Fuck. Giving, it's like creating something and then in one wish, gone. Seva wischen weg. Ja, Holland. What to do? Despair. I like despair. Despair is the absence of a pair. Despair. Verzweiflung. Die zwei gehen. Two are going, one is left. No pair. Au pair. One au pair. Despair. Separation is collapsing in front of me. Oh, I can make beautiful words I could make too. I have to exercise a bit more. Yeah, Hanover.
Duisburg.
Is what?
Duisburg.
Duisburg. Düsentrieb. Duisburg. Oh yeah, you're Duisburg. But it feels like hangover. Oh, I'm so bad. I get dementia. Dementia. No, keine Menschen mehr. Not to mention. Mensch. Yeah. Russia, come, Melinda.
I like when you said about his story. Not me, not my story. His story.
Yeah, it's his story. I use it for a long time already. I always forget it. There is no me story, mine story, there's only his story. The story of life. And the life doesn't mind what story. It's all his story anyway. So the absolute ownership, life owns everything by being that what is. So it's all his story. There is no my story. Me story. So, you remember me, long time I didn't use it. His story. Now something from, now after 3 talks, 4 talks, now you must enough Vorlauf.
Yeah, it seems that we don't exist for existence. Because existence is all. There's no one.
You don't even, it's not, you neither exist or don't exist. It doesn't, existence doesn't even know existence. How can it know you?
Yeah.
Because just a word, existence. But the nature of existence doesn't know existence.
Because when you are talking, you have, Papaji said you have to polish the pearl.
Yeah.
That starts always with you, but there is no you.
Yeah, but maybe if I'm in a good mood, I say Papaji was just taking you something what you cannot do,
Yeah,
that you fail.
that is.
If I'm in a good mood. If I'm in a bad mood, I say, what did he do? Still expecting someone to keep the pearl and polishing it and keeping it alive or something. For what?
That is impossible.
No, I mean, like, I can make two different statements. If I like Papaji, I make that one. If I don't like him, I make another one. The opposite. You can make out everything out of everything, just as you like it. It's like if you're a disciple of your guru, you will defend him. You will always, he only went to the girl's chamber because he was full of compassion for that girl, and the sex was just not a sex between two, it was just the total transmission of Shakti energy, blah, blah, blah. And if you're on the other side, this fucking horny bastard went to that thing and took advantage of his position. You can make two out of it. So if you like someone, you make it that one. If you don't like, you make the other one. It becomes a criminal. A holy one and a criminal. Totally. Papaji, many of his Indian disciples left him because he had a younger woman as a lady than a child or something. So how many of his Indian disciples just know that is not a no. So
What was his luck?
body talk, not the bodhisattva talk. Balsaka in India too, Ramesh. Then there was a big scandal that massage, he had always a full body massage, all included. And then even there, half of the people, half went, never came back. It's so... So if this idea that one who seems to be, has to live it, it's like not preaching water and drinking wine, blah, 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 this whole thing, and how can he do that, and he was abusing his power and thing, and I always try too, but I must be very stupid. I try to make scandals. I want to be not famous, I want to be infamous, but no. In some parts I become infamous, but it hits everyone, like even who wrote the book, the Tibetan book of Death and Life or whatever. Too, they kicked him out, and this one and that one, all the scandals in Buddhism, all the teachers, and so common. So what to do? Osho was just doing it, and he would not mind to have a scandal. That I like, actually. Everyone knew it. Nothing new. Huh? Yeah. Working on the legacy. Come on, something more.
So is this be what you cannot not be is still a valid pointer?
It is what?
A valid pointer.
It's just a fact. You cannot not be. So be what you cannot not be. You tried everything not to be, but you failed. Whatever you try is not to be, because it seems like you're fed up of existence. So you try to find a way out. You seek a way out of this existence. in whatever way. And you failed. By all means you failed. So you cannot not be. So be it. Be that what you cannot not be. As there is no way out of being what you are. It's just a pointer. And you know it already. You tried so very hard not to be that what, and you always failed. Every night you hope that you don't wake up again, and you always wake up again. You wouldn't mind not to wake up in the morning. Huh? No one would complain. Corpses don't complain. But you fail. So even trying to stop the wheel of reincarnation, failing. You cannot stop the wheel which never moves. That's impossible. So even the Dalai Lama could not stop the wheel of reincarnation, but he tries. He still tries, he says. He doesn't want to be the 15th Dalai Lama. He's fed up. Always the same pot and the same thing and the dong and next time he tries like an American housewife. And then he asks why? Yeah, she has more time to meditate. She goes shopping until she drops. Shopping until you drop. Shop until you drop. Because that is a way of seeing it's futile. You can never get satisfied by buying something, getting something. And that's a way of American going shopping. Or in Germany now too, around the world. Shopping is religion. The best way of shopping, advertisement and thing, and always promising that makes you happy and satisfied. And nothing works. Everyone knows it doesn't work. It's the worst, especially if you buy a new car, maybe 50, 60,000 euros, and you turn the key and you lose already by turning the key 10,000 euros. A very expensive turning key. And you already, ooh. And the moment you drive out of the dealer's whatever thing, then you see a Ferrari, but you just bought a Mercedes. And you, fuck, why do I have a Mercedes? Why not a Masari? And it's always some better cars running around, and after 1 year a new model comes anyway. Then you have to work your ass off again for the next one. And, The same is with spirituality. That you have 10 satori's already, and you meet some else who has 20 satori's. Oh, there's 20 satori's. Wow. And then comes the third one and say, Satori is nothing. Enlightenment is beyond Satori. I never came back from it. Then comes the master. Enlightenment. Realization. I realize my true nature. Enlightenment is fleeting. Realization is permanent. Then, oh. Then comes the Sadguru who says, so if it's ever realized, your blood realization means nothing. There's always someone who is deeper or further or more or anything. The competition never stops. Even in that spiritual so-called enlightenment business or realization business, there's always competition. Who went deeper, who is more established in his nature, who is more blah blah blah. Unbelievable. I went to this SANT, Science and Non-Duality meetings and whatever thing, and they invited me once, but only once. No, never again, because I made the opening speech. I said, you really think you get something from this once here? They can give you something and you come here for getting something what you want in this whatever. There was Indian sitting and saying, this bloody mountain gave me whatever, nothing. And then they destroyed the video afterward. Never invited me again. I'm not good for business. But it was fun. all sitting. Spira, Shapiro, all these big guys sitting there. And I always avoided them. Always competing about who has more in the workshop than the other one. Who attracts more people to come to them and is promising than the other one. And it's so obviously that it's still business.
And how about, can we talk about attention in daily life?
Yeah, can talk about anything. And?
I think that attention, and there is no one who can attend.
No one.
Because there is one I attend of attention is without me.
You mean there is attention without one who has it?
Yes.
And attention cannot avoid giving attention, because attention cannot be controlled by attention. Yeah, it's all random then. What is attracting you? So that's attraction, then attention gives attention to that what is attracting attention. It's like you hear sound and it's not you who turns around something. And then you make it your attention. You did it. But it's always too late. It's always a split second after the attention, you make it your attention. But it was never your attention. But the story continues to say it was my attention. Otherwise you cannot remain a person who has attention or control. Because it needs that idea that it can control his attention. But attention is free.
Yes, because I heard so much, because you have to give attention.
No one can give anything.
Yes.
Because no one owns attention.
Yes.
Attention is free of ownership. As I said, if there's a sound and your attention goes there, and for a bird flows by, it's not by your attention, whatever.
Now it's very clear.
Yeah. As I always say, in the 50s they had open brain surgery, many times in the story. And then they had to be conscious by it, because they would not cut something out what is precious for the brain. So they always put some on the nerve, some electrodes or something, and then the guy in front of it always lifts the arm. Whoop. And then they showed him the video that he always, when they put an electron on this special nerve, lift his arm. But he said, I didn't lift my arm because I did it because I wanted it. I wanted to lift my arm. I did it out of intention, my free will. I lifted it. But even seeing it, it was the electron who gave an impulse to the brain, it did it, he could not accept it. Because his experience was totally clear that he wanted to lift his arm. So even if you see it there's proof, you cannot believe it. No, my story and my experience is that I wanted it and I did it because I wanted. We could not, because if you accept that, there's no me anymore. Then it's just an outside event who gives you, the attention is free and does something. But not by your intention to give attention. Even the intention, where does it come from? So there's no doership in anything.
Yes.
And no ownership, that's for me main thing, no ownership. No one owns anything. Existence is what is. And no one owns anything.
No ownership, no doership.
No, yeah, if there is no doership, no ownership. And no ownership, no doership. Both is imaginary. It's like a story. My story of ownership. My story, my whatever. But it's all his story. The story of the absolute existence. The totality story. That's why I always say, do you have consciousness or has consciousness you? Who plays who? What is in charge?
Consciousness.
Maybe. But who plays consciousness? Then you go even further. Nisargadatta said consciousness is like my little servant. It's serving me, but I don't need it. I cannot get rid of the servant who gives me all the information and things. But in nature I don't need it. It's not necessary to be conscious to be. That's the main. You don't need to be conscious to be, but still you are conscious. There is consciousness, but it doesn't need to be conscious. There is absolute being, but the being never needed to be conscious. It's an accident that it became conscious. Aware, conscious, and this is by accident, random, but not because of necessity. But it happened. That is Buddha's divine accident. So now it's too late. Now to trying to get rid of it and finding out, it's too late. It's all by accident. So not of free will or something. There's not God will who wants something. Anything. Yeah. Now we have the salad. And now we want to make a good dressing. Huh? We dress up for it. Yeah, but actually the peace comes by no way out. What to do? No way out. You cannot not be, so there's no way out of being. And it doesn't matter what it is and what it is not, even to say I'm everything or nothing, it all comes later. But the main thing is there's no way out of you being what you are. And as you are, you are. And for that you don't have to learn something that doesn't need any pressure, it doesn't need any expression of anything or insight or whatever you imagine. You can just not be. So be it. And that is, by being that, there is a satisfaction, but there is no one who is satisfied. And that is why the point of deep sleep at night. There is a satisfaction, but there is no one who is satisfied, because no one complains when he wakes up, when waking up happens, how it was. Oh, there was deep sleep. I don't know what was there and what not there, but must be very good, because I cannot complain. So there is no complainer. But the moment this is there, the complainer wakes, it seems to be wake up, there's complaining. Permanent complaining. Nothing is good enough. But that what is in deep sleep, that is what you are now. So that non-complaint, that absolute, there is nothing complain, is now that what you are, which nothing has to complain. But this is the nature of a complainer who wakes up. He has to complain, because without complaint he cannot exist. The sufferer needs to suffer. Without suffering he cannot be the sufferer. So he takes care about suffering. It's pitiful, but what can he do? He's permanent existential crisis. He has to prove his existence. And the best proof of existence is suffering. Poor me. That is proof of existence, permanently. Poor me. So it's a doubtful existence, you know it. You doubt that existence of a person. It's a doubtful being. And the doubtful being needs confirmation, permanent. And the best confirmation is pain. Suffering. What to do? It's the bloody nature of this person. It's like a scorpion has to sting. Every animal has a different design, and the person is meant to complain.
So we don't exist without suffering.
There's no sufferer without suffering. So both need each other. It's a conspiracy. One confirms the other. There's not one without the other, so it needs always this company. It needs company. Fighting for oneness. It's like a sex. Sex is fighting for oneness.
Again and again.
Yeah. And if it just happened, okay, one cigarette and then we try again. Oneness. And then the question afterwards, how was it? If someone remembers how it was not good. I always tell people, if you can remember, it was not good. How was it?
How was I?
How was I? That's the worst. How was I? Here's the question. It's a funny comedy of humanity. Eh? What a comedy of humanity. Wow. If it would not exist, we should invent it. Huh? Just for entertainment. Huh, Anasuya? Very nice. It's like a sans-souci theater. We have in Hamburg ohne Sorgtheater. Lach- und Schießgesellschaft. Monty Python on the run. Always look at the bright side. Be bright forever. Don't stop drinking. Okay, it's 5 past. Anything, something? Germans always have a watch in the TikTok. As they're on time, start and stop. Maybe. Okay, tomorrow again the same time, 10 o'clock. Okay, if I don't see you again.
You will.
It was